Shalom, shalom, shalom. We're back with another video. Before I get started, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakahak Wadash, to the elder apostle, the elder bishop of Great Millstone, who rule well, who I learn from daily. I'd like to give double honor. Shalom to the 144,000, to the 1/3, to the elect. Shalom. We're here with a video. I'm going to call Satan against Satan. And to start off the article, Old Canada, Trump declared it only makes sense for the U.S. to absorb neighbors as 51st state after announcing steep new tariffs. This dude right here be wilding, bro. Man, Trump be wilding, for real, though. He'll crash out. That's what he is, bro. Donald Trump is a crash out. President Donald Trump ramped up his trade war with Canada Tuesday morning, arguing that it only makes sense for the U.S. to absorb its northern neighbor while announcing plans to impose steep new tariffs. Man, this guy here, he got to be that cool Lord in Isaiah 19, man. That fierce king. It got to be Trump. Trump on again, off again tariff policy with some of the U.S. strongest allies and largest trade partners, including Mexico and Canada, has caused significant market disruption, leading to a spat of warnings about a looming recession, which we've been in one. They just BS and lying. During a Sunday interview with Maria Bartiromo, Trump's refusal to say that he could not guarantee there wouldn't be a recession did not calm already skittish investors. And it's a beautiful thing to see that, man. It's a beautiful thing that Yahweh Bashim Hawashai has got Esau Edom in the trick bag, who he's slowly but surely crushing this place. And they can't even lie no more. On Tuesday morning, in a Truth Social post, Trump announced a 25% tariff on Canadian electricity as well as additional levies on steel and aluminum. I have instructed my Secretary of Commerce to add an additional 25% tariffs to 50% and on steel and aluminum coming into the United States from Canada, one of the highest tariff nations anywhere in the world. You know how he be talking, man. I'm sorry. I just had to read it like that because in my mind I can hear him saying it. This will go into effect tomorrow morning, March 12th, wrote Trump before explaining why he considered a trade imbalance outrageous. He also threatened to substantially increase on April 2nd the tariff on cars coming into the United States, which would essentially permanently shut down the automotive manufacturing business in Canada, unless Canada dropped what he called egregious long-term tariffs. The only thing that makes sense is for Canada to become our cherished 51st state, Trump concluded, retaliating his bizarre and unnerving suggestion that the United States should somehow annex its northern neighbor. This would make all tariff and everything else totally disappear. Canadian taxes will be very substantially reduced. They will be more secure, military, and otherwise than ever before. There will no longer be a northern border problem, and the greatest and most powerful nation in the world will be bigger, better, and stronger than ever, and Canada will be a part of that. This article line of separation draws many years ago from final disappear, he concluded, adding, and we will have the safest and most beautiful nation anywhere in the world. And your brilliant anthem, O Canada, will continue to play, but now representing a great and powerful state within the greatest nation that the world has ever seen. And this sounds just like the things that the ancient Romans would do. They would go in, take over nations, but they would still allow them to keep their custom and their worship. And we know who the modern day Romans are, which is Babylon the Great. So it's no surprise that this kind of thing would happen. But it's even crazier to see how this man is really telling them to their face, man, we gonna take what you got. So we gonna have a war on the northern front, a war on the southern front, and we're trying to fight wars across the sea. This is the man that most of America, especially them Edomites, put into office, who they fought so hard to elect. Was no president is elected, he's selected. But they fought so hard to get this man in. And he told them he wasn't gonna have no more wars. He was gonna end the war. Now look at you. They got their buyer's remorse. Because a lot of y'all don't know Yahweh Shem Shai is the one who's truly running this show. And everything is going the way he planned on it going. So everything Trump is doing, by trying to take Canada and all the other stuff, it is all in the hand of Yahweh Shem Shai. This is his will being done here on earth through these wicked on the left hand side. So we're gonna go ahead and get into these scriptures. All right, I'm gonna start here first. Malachi 2, verses 1 and 2. Woe unto them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their bed. When morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And that's what we're seeing. The wicked elites are devising plans to take over Canada. They're trying to find a way to take Canada and add it to the United States, thus putting the United States in a war that they can't really afford and shouldn't even be in. But because the earth was given into the hands of the wicked, and they had the power to do the things that we see them doing now. But here's the point, verse 2. And they covered fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his house. And we've seen Trump trying to take away Canada from the Canadian people, annex them and make them a part of the United States, the 51st state. And don't think he ain't above taking that place by violence. Don't think he, in his mind, starting a war and invading Canada is something that he won't do. Because really this man a lunatic, and this kind of thing would be right up his alley to invade, to start a war. And he'll probably have the nation of Israel backing him up. So with the power being given into their hand by Yahweh Shem Shai, man, they covered Canada, and don't be surprised they try to take it by violence, because that's what this place has always done. So like, I'm gonna go here, Proverbs 16 and 18. Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. And there's no one on this planet right now is more prideful than America and Donald Trump, who's trying to fight all these fights on different fronts, who's trying to show the world that they still got it, even though the world know that this place is rapidly going down and decreasing, who still think they're a force to be reckoned with as an old time. But Yahweh Shem Shai is slowly exposing this horror and letting the world know no longer to fear it. Matter of fact, that's the whole point of Canada even fighting back. Because they know this place is not as powerful as it used to be. They know our military suck, that it ain't the war machine that it was in past. So now they really like, look, bro. Yeah, you used to be him. You used to be him, but not anymore. That's why you seen the president of Canada, or whatever they got, came out with them counter tariffs and talk about turning off the lights. No one feels Babylon the Great anymore like they used to. Why? Because Yahweh Shem Shai is taking that spirit off of them. And with Trump being one of the most prideful men I ever seen, he doesn't foresee the coming destruction. And before I go, we're going to get that word haughty. Let's see. Oh, man. I hate that. Gabah.
Strong's H 1363. Govach.
Gabah. Height. Exaltation. Height. Exaltation. Grandeur. Haughtiness. Strong definition. Gabah from H1361. Elation, grandeur, arrogance, excellent, haughty, height, high, loftiness, pride. And there's no one more arrogant than Trump, man. If you've been following the things he's been doing since since before he got into office, there's no one more powerful and more arrogant than Donald J. Trump. And he's the perfect king for Babylon the Great. With really, this place has been known for an arrogancy. Even before the downfall can truly be seen. Most of the other nations didn't like us because of that pride, how we would try to dip into other country businesses, knowing our own house wasn't clean. So now look at us. But all this shows is how the Edomites themselves as a whole, as a nation, is starting to fall apart. How it's no longer we're all against the Israelites, but now they're all at each other's throat. And the Lord is starting to destroy their houses from the inside out, as he's doing to Babylon the Great. I'm going to go here, Sirach 14, 5 and 6. He that is evil unto himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his own good. There is none worse than he that envieth himself, and this recompense of his wickedness. This is the recompense of his wickedness. So, and the Edomites are evil toward themselves. To whom would they be good, man? No one. If you trying to take what's your brother's land, who would you truly be good to? But all this is showing the other Edomite that, hey, Babylon the Great is going off, which will cause the 10 horns that hate the whore even more than what we're starting to see now. We're watching that prophecy come to fruition right now as Trump do the things he's doing, right? Like trying to take the land from Canada. We're watching those 10 horns slowly looking at Babylon, that whore, like, man, you know what? Man, Babylon is tripping. I thought we was all cool, but now they see just how covetous the people here in Babylon truly are, where the leaders. So they're starting to understand that, hey, this place is no good. That's why in the end they're gonna help destroy the whore, because they understand that when that time comes, if they don't help join in destroying Babylon, man, it'll never be over with, because they would take everything. Salaki, man. Been a rough morning. We're going to go here, Mark 3:23. And he called unto them, he called them unto him and said unto them in a parable, how can Satan cast out Satan? And if you go into that word Satan, it means the enemy. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And we're seeing the house of Esau slowly starting to destroy itself. They're slowly starting to come against each other. That's why the scripture in Sirach said, if he is evil to himself, it don't just mean someone being evil to himself, but also you can use that as a nation being evil towards itself. We're seeing the Edomite every day now turning against each other, sword at each other's throat. That's how you can tell we're here in the last days. Because it's starting to be brother against brother almost daily. Lines have been drawn, factions coming together. We're starting to see the true ugliness of Babylon the Great, of how they truly don't care for their brother and even themselves with the things that they do to their own people. So you look at these tariffs, man, they're just making the situation here in Babylon even worse. So they don't care about them people, their own people, Salakia. And they definitely don't care about anybody else. So now Satan is starting to stand against himself. Now the enemy is starting to stand against himself. So who would he be good to? No one. That's why you're starting to see the house of Esau divided. And this is just showing you how Yahweh Shem HaShai is bringing these prophecies to life right here before our eyes. And we're going to end out here. Sirach 10:7. Pride is hateful before Yahweh and man, and by both doing one commit iniquity. And we're seeing a lot of people hate America and Donald Trump now because of that overwhelming pride that he's been showing. He really don't take no mercy on nobody. If he feel like, hey, I hit you with these unrighteous decrees, hey, I keep stacking them up till I destroy you. Because he's a very prideful man. And like I say, he doesn't foresee the common destruction which his pride is leading Babylon the Great toward. Verse 8. And here's the point. Because of unrighteous dealing, injuries, and riches gotten by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And that's all he's trying to do. He's trying to take Canada through these unrighteous dealing with these tariffs. Basically, he's going to just hit him with so many unrighteous decrees that they give in. Now, if he got to take it by force, like I said, he surely will. That's how arrogant this man truly is. That's how arrogant Babylon has always been. That's why I say he made the perfect king, because what he doing is showing the world what Babylon truly has been behind the scenes. The ugliness of the United States, and really how they have always thought Salaki. It just now is more out in the open with Trump as president because of this man's pride and arrogance. And he's not gonna stop till he try Canada. I can see this happen. I don't see this going away. I can see Trump trying to take Canada at one point. That's just me speaking as a man, but I can truly see that happen. Because that's how prideful this man is. That's going to help lead ultimately to the destruction of Babylon the Great. But that's all I had to say on that, man. Sorry for all the sniffling. Early morning. Sinuses draining. But I hope this video will edify. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Hashai. Shalom.